Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about Blues Ain't No Mockingbird by Toni Cade Bambara. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right. Blues Ain't No Mockingbird by Toni Cade Bambara. Very interesting work here. A lot of things are happening. The narrator is black. She's a black little girl. And pretty much what's happening within this work, you have these county men that show up at her family's property and they're trying to promote food stamps. So pictures are being taken. You kind of pretty much understand what's going on. These men, they're going to be, talking about food stamps and what families need food stamps. And this black family, they're pretty poor. They don't have that much money. The grandmother, she has a garden. She has these, she's planting things. And it's kind of like they live a rural life of like, farming for themselves, fending for themselves. They have a lot of makeshift things around the house that they put together. So they don't have the traditional, normal things that normal families have, but they get by. They move around because sometimes the dominant culture does get in their face and see them as poor, as needy. People try to give them clothes and stuff and things like that. And okay, they don't have the money and the stuff that normal families do, that well-to-do families have, but they're still getting by. They're eating, and they're doing what they need to do. But these county men, they're kind of filming them or using them as a demonstration of, oh, these people definitely need food stamps. We're going to take pictures of them, and possibly we're going to use them as like kind of like, hey, look at these people, they need help. Let's give them food stamps. Let's give these black people food stamps because look at how they live. They don't live like us. They don't have the modern devices and materials. But from the narrator's perspective within this short story, the grandmother's perspective, the narrator's perspective, maybe they don't have all the latest technologies and maybe they're not living as they should, but still they're not the charity cases. They're not asking for handouts. They're not begging for the government to take care of them. And so you do have this friction within this work here with the county men just overstepping, and you can definitely see that the grandmother, that the black family here within this work, they're kind of like pissed off in the sense that these county men are coming, trampling over their stuff, getting in the way, doing all these things to them, and pretty much going to tell people that they're poor and that they're needy. And they're not taking into consideration this black family's emotions and feelings, and the grandmother's feelings, the narrator's feelings. They're not taking that into consideration. They pretty much don't see any of that. For these county men, they just see their poverty and that they're needy. They don't see that these are human beings that have complex thought and emotions. And maybe you don't want to be the poster or the face of poverty. Maybe you don't want to be seen as the bottom of the barrel. Maybe you don't want to see you don't want society to see you as you're asking for handouts and that you're poor and broke. For this black family, they're doing what they can and they're living, and it's not like they're begging for food. They're getting by. I mean, it's not perfect, but they're getting by, and they don't want society to view them as, oh, we definitely need to bring them some clothes. And this is how people treat them. People treat them as these Neanderthals, these backwoods people, these people that just need of assistance. And sometimes this is one thing I do have a problem, like in terms of deeper meaning analysis. This is the problem I have with a lot of charity and a lot of organization groups and nonprofits that go to third world countries and these other countries, and they film. They get the most saddest and poorest and the most despicable film to show how much poverty there is in a certain area, but they never truly um, go towards the culture, because I mean, we're all people, we're all human beings, we all have feelings, we all have emotions, and it's not nice for for people to come into your home and just say you're poor, you're broke, you are down in the dirt, and we need to give them food and clothes. We need to show them. We need to educate them, because these commercials and these things always seem like, here are the savages, here are the uneducated, here are the ne'er do wells. Let's help them out. Let's be good Christians. Let's be good people. Let's be the saviors of these, black people, these people from these other areas, the downtrodden. Yes, maybe, you're not as successful and wealthy, but still, you still have dignity. You still have, your human existence, and you're a normal human being, and everybody just pointing fingers at you and just looking at you like you're a savage, like you're that you're less than. It's just not welcoming. So, in that sense, this is a very deep work of literature that really looks deep into that, and the treatment of others. Is that, yes, we can help other people. We can, it's not wrong to help people, to feed the poor, and to do good things for the poor. But at the same time, we have to remember humanity. We have to remember emotions and feelings. We have to remember not to also step and trample the downtrodden, and forget that they're humans and they have feelings too. And nobody wants to be seen as this, you don't want to humiliate people while you help them out. You want to make sure that you do it in a dignified manner, of where, okay, I'm going to help this brother out, but I'm not going to embarrass them while I do it. And a lot of these commercials and these handouts, sometimes they're very humiliating to receive them, and stressful, and just nasty, because the people who are doing the charity, the people who are giving things away, they have to make a big hoopla about their giving away of stuff. So we have to definitely think about that. So that's what this work here, the short story, gets at, and I think it's very clear and it's very powerful. The message that it gets across, and it's a message I think that third world countries, people who are living in poor communities, people who have struggled in life, it's definitely, if you've received government cheese, it's definitely a feeling that you understand, because they go above and beyond to make you feel that you are not one of them, and you're just like a savage. So it's a very interesting work here, that tries to get that idea across. So that's what I had to say about this work. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.